I was just hanging around right now trying to get this room taken care of so we're not in our car at Christmas.
I think Amy got there at the last of the story.
Oh,
yeah, Amy, they took her off the meds that she was on. Actually, you got to go back in a couple weeks after the first of the year. They'll go put her on something else, but these meds had to get out of her system. But
and y'all, I still can't drink a Coca-Cola without it tasting like metallic. But it said that I was told that it could take, like some people, it could take up to months for them to get their taste buds back on stuff, on Cokes and stuff like that. So, oh my gosh, I haven't had a Coca-Cola in a while.
We'll just be grateful that it didn't make coffee taste that way.
Oh God, if it would have made my coffee taste bad, I'd have been done.
I don't know if there's any of you in the picture or not. She's here. It's just hard to. She was on Topamax and really started having a problem when he was on the Topamax.
Yeah, that's when my main
really got bad.
The Topamax.
It's like the Topamax was. When it got in their system, they kind of stepped her up on it. But once it really got good in their system, she started having every kind of problem. Missy, I've heard that it's a Dopamax.
Yeah.
She was sitting here one day texting, and I'm over here. I think I was making me a cup of coffee, and she's texting. I'm making the coffee. I said, "Hey, babe, you want a cup of coffee?" And she goes, and she's sitting there like this with the phone still in her hand, where she had her finger on the button, typing, and just fell asleep.
Yeah, I was in Kroger's one night and got lost. I forgot where I was at.
Yeah. She would wake up in the middle of the night and would be like, "I don't know where I'm at."
Yeah.
That's true, just me. And she just, she had some rough side effects from it. See, our niece took it, like Samantha said, she was on it for years.
Mm-hmm.
Took a high dose. Our niece took it, and she said it helped her.
Yeah.
It was one of the best things they put her on, as far as helping her with her migraines and stuff.
A friend of mine, his little brother was on it. He's autistic and has seizures, and they put him on it, and they had to take him off of it because he was hallucinating and he was forgetting who people was that he's around daily.
But you did a lot of talking in your sleep too when you stayed.
Yeah.
And I'm a light sleeper, so every time she'd say something in her sleep, I'd be, huh? And if she didn't repeat it back to me, I was like, well, she's just... Talking about my Undertaker shirt. It's not new. I've had it for a while now. I just don't wear it that often. Tim said his mom had the same thing happen. It's crazy. Yeah, just me. Like, some people can take it and fine, but others, she just was all over the place with it. I imagine you have, just me said, as an RN, she's seen some crazy reaction. And I keep looking up and down, I'll try to figure out what I'm doing. Let me show y'all. That's our tripod for the day?
Yeah, my espresso cups, which was an early Christmas gift from a friend of mine.
It's sitting down inside the top cup. So it's like some of y'all's comments go in. That ain't good. And the bar at the top will be in the middle of some of the comments. So that's her.
Yeah.
She didn't get any help from it at all. It just was every bad side effect you could get for it. I think one side effect she made up. Night punches.
Oh.
I just think she'd lay down and she'd be mad at me at night and she'd be like, okay, he's asleep. And I'd be like, babe, you just huh? I didn't mean to, baby. I didn't mean to give you a right hook. But a lot of people have said that about the Botox injections.
I know.
And listen, they actually would talk to her about Botox injections at one time. But I'm gonna tell you what we did. We got her on an all natural regimen. Nurtec for your migraines. Well, she got on an all natural regimen. I can't say too much about it, but y'all get what I'm saying there, right? She'd have to go to the special store and get it, and she got doing that, and her neurologist seen that she had like so many positive advancements in it. Really? Wow. Well, they never did the Botox stuff. And, but we haven't been able to keep her on that regimen in quite some time, so. Oh, Louisiana. Yeah, we just got Mississippi dividing us, camping girl. We're from northwest Tennessee. We're the last city you would go through if you was going towards Missouri. I'm a firm believer that that magical leaf does a lot of help for a lot of people. Whew. Life's just beginning. That is. So they've tried everything, had migraines since they was 12, and they're almost 54 now. Migraine sucks. I mean, without any other medical issues, migraine sucks. A headache sucks, period. Can't hear? They have seizures as well.
Really?
Juliet, are you saying you can't hear me? Say it might just be hers. Plus, I have to get a little bit close to read too, so this is my Zoom. Okay. Gotcha. And I'm in need of some new glasses sooner or later. But does anybody actually get new glasses like what are you supposed to get glasses like every 3 years or something?
I think so, yeah, something like that.
Or unless you just go for your eye checkup every year and they're bad. A lot of mine's blood pressure right now. I know I used to go for my checkup once a year, and like if my prescription didn't change and I could still see good, I never would get new glasses. But I'm about, Lord,
Mm-hmm.
I got these glasses when I was working at FedEx.
Yeah.
And I left FedEx and went to rough country during the pandemic. Like the pandemic had just started.
Mm-hmm.
So I've had these since at least 2018.
Yeah.
Wow.
Golly.
Yeah, I've got diabetes too, but like I can tell when my blood pressure's out of whack because my eyes, and I'm a little out of whack today because of everything that's going on. To kind of touch base with everybody, like we are desperately needing some help keeping our hotel room. We're trying to raise as much as we can to stay as many days as we can without, having some good conversation. I hate stopping the conversation to plead for help, but it's kind of the reason I'm on here today. But desperately needing some help keeping the room. Anybody can donate anything towards it. It would definitely be appreciated. We can pay for it by the day, but we're trying to get as much as we can to pay up. So anything helps.
We really don't want to pack everything up and spend our Christmas in the car. That would be terrible.
It's kind of really too. I'm not in the Christmas mood right
now.
We're I'm trying to figure out what their point was of that. I hate that you lost your foot and your toes, but
I'm not sure what that has to do with.
If you don't know nothing about me, then you just see. That's just the thing. People won't know nothing about you and just automatically throw a judgment out there because you got to ask for help. Hopefully, Jeannie Lynn. Okay, Wendy. She was too. She was denied SSI with epilepsy.
Mm-hmm.
Been denied 2 or 3 times. I think 3 times.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Tim. That's weird saying my own name. Yeah, we was. Well, I was born and raised here. She was actually born in Michigan, but was adopted out. She was pretty young. She was adopted. Listen, I don't need anybody to point out that I'm a big guy.
No.
I know this already, and I'm doing something about it. If you would go follow my Instagram at Make Tim Great Again, you'll see the journey that I'm on there with my exercising and eating better and cutting out the sugars and the Cokes and stuff, because I drink about 2 of these a day. So.
Yeah, right now our main concern is getting enough money to where we're not in our car on Christmas. Tonight's our last night here.
No, see, I wish.
No, we haven't.
Just get your time frame right. I mean, this is. Thank you, Jesse. Appreciate it if you would follow my Instagram. Dude, you've been begging for 2 years. Why haven't you had TikTok for 2 years? Sorry. We haven't been in this situation for 2 years.
No, we haven't.
June of next year would be our 2-year mark of being homeless and bouncing around. So they're going to say what they want to say. And
of course.
Whatever y'all say the time frame is that we've been begging and we've been needing help and we've been homeless is the truth.
But see, if this was them in this situation, what are they going to do? Are they just going to, because you got to do what you got to do?
Well, they don't want to find out if someone's trying. They just assume. Tim, I had a very good job that I thought I would never lose. And, learned my lesson. Lost the job. We ended up losing our house, our truck. And was staying with my dad for a little while, and things just kind of went bad there. Don't really want to get into what all happened with my dad's, but got to the point where we had to leave there, and when we left there, we went to the hotel, thinking that hey, we would be able to bounce out of that cycle pretty quick, and it sucked us in even more. You're right, there is no job security anymore. It's like, I basically lost my job. I was there for over 7 years. I had 1 point on my record at the time that some stuff happened, and we had a tragedy in the family, and I took off for that and was fired because I went to the funeral, because they said I was leaving the line short-handed, and if I left I wouldn't have a job. And I left to go to the funeral and lost my job. And it taught me a really good lesson about not living above your means, because we was kind of doing that because I had a good job. You think the money's coming in, I got a good job, I got a good position, I've been over 7 years, I'm secure. I've never had any disciplinary actions taken against me. The whole 7 year stint I was there, I've only had 4 points. So you think you're secure, and then you're not. And unfortunately, Tennessee's an at-will state, so they can, you can block us if you want. If you don't want to see it, you can leave if you don't want to see us. I've never had anybody come in here and ask to be blocked.
No, that's a new one.
Christine, it is not going too well today, to be honest with you. Yeah. But we went on a downward spiral of losing things and ended up in a place that I never thought we would be. They cotton candy. And once we got here, I was like, oh, there's programs and stuff. People just don't use them. No, there's not.
Mm-hmm.
There's not.
There's not.
The programs that they have, there's a waiting list that are so long. It's like the first thing we did when we moved into a hotel and was technically, that was where we were going to have to stay. We was homeless. Was put in for the West Tennessee Homeless Solution, and it stayed on that for over a year just to get told they can't help us. Went to the Housing Authority and put it on for a waiting list for there, and they've told us the waiting list there was over 2 years long. Filled out for another one, and keep getting bumped down the list because of single parents. And I get that. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. It's just how the gears turn, emergency case comes up and it's more dire than ours, and we're next to get a place, then we get knocked down. But people are getting in these homes and getting taken care of from these places, and they're not moving. They're like, hey, we've got a secure place and we appreciate it. We're not going anywhere. When one does come open, it's because someone's done got kicked out for something. Most of the time. You don't see too many people voluntarily moving from cheap housing to an expensive rent. Yeah, I've seen her on here talk about it and everything about, waiting for so long, and yeah, she lost her house. Waited 10 years on the list, finally got a home, then lost it for not paying the rent on it.
Really?
And supposedly the rent was cheap, but I mean, you would think. Yeah, Wendy said you would think it would have been a lot of time. Like you get in these places and they're like, okay, this is going to be a 2-year deal. Mm-hmm. You're going to pay $100 a month rent and for 2 years, and you should be back on your feet. But they get in them places and will live there a decade.
Yeah.
And I tell you what bothers me the most about them is I know someone, and her baby daddy, that's what these youngins like to call it now, this baby daddy, because they're not married. They got 3 kids. She goes down there and files for an emergency housing because they lost their house because they didn't pay rent. She puts down that she's single with the kids, and within a week she's in a home. Okay. But she filed single, 3 kids, got a place got an apartment to live down in the projects, and the baby daddy lives there too. So she went and lied to him about, he left me and I don't have a place to stay, and got the place, and now he's there. And when it comes time for inspections or time that they need to come in and fix something, they just make sure all his stuff is ever hidden, or he takes his stuff with him and he's not there. And I know they do that. They're friends of mine. And I'm sitting here like, you get aggravated at it and you're just like, I should call this in. But then you sit there thinking all it's going to do is hurt 3 kids. It's like, okay, if I call this in and they get kicked out, well then they really are a family of 3 kids. It's going to be, No, that's the only if it didn't have kids involved, I would be blowing the whistle like crazy. But I just couldn't. Them kids didn't do anything in that situation to, they were just used as a, hey, it's just me and my kids, So it's one of those situations where, like, if you snitched on the parents, then you're hurting the kids too, and what do you do? I personally couldn't do it. Mm-hmm. That's how it is everywhere. People learn how to work the system like that, and then when somebody gets out here and they need help, and then you hear from these other people, Lady on here with 3-bedroom apartment pays $800 rent, and she rents the other 2 bedrooms out for $1,000 each.
Wow.
It's just. I don't know. Yeah, we got 111 people in here. I need everybody to send me $3. No, I'm kidding, guys. I'm kidding. Y'all use that for clout. She does work, and he works too. Thankfully that their eyes got opened about how you can't go. If you make $1,000 a week, you can't spend $1,300 a week, and then worry about your bills later. I don't know if that's what they make a week or not. I'm just saying, that's what they did at some point in their lives. He was always, I needed new shoes, I needed new games, and she was always hair done, nails done, and then the expensive rent wasn't getting paid. I don't know what they pay at the housing authority. But when I see them now, they're not always in the new shoes and the new clothes, but their babies are very well taken care of. So they do actually work. And see, that's just the assumption that was made. Just assumed because they did that they didn't work. Knows. And see, that's where everybody needs to take a minute to step back and learn about somebody before passing a judgment on them. They was irresponsible, got themselves in a tight situation, done something that's not correct to get out of it. And then, it's wrong the way they did it. I completely agree with you on that. But you just assume, you know what I mean? Again, when you say most don't and most don't do this, most do that, it's not a fact, that's an opinion. You don't know nothing about that person, but you quickly passed the judgment on them, and you're going to say no judgment. Yes, you did. You passed judgment right off the bat. So, Cotton Candy, so sorry for your loss there. Exactly, Cotton Candy. But you didn't know nothing about that person, and you passed a judgment on them. You didn't know a thing about that person. You just lumped them in with a group of other people and passed judgment. So I'm not saying that other people, don't do it for the wrong reasons, and they don't work, and they don't do this, they don't do that. I'm saying the one situation, I'm not twisting your words, that you plainly said. Your words. Yeah, I don't deal with lazy. I bet that lady who frauds the system doesn't work. She does work. You automatically judged it as she was just one of the people who doesn't work. You automatically pass judgment. You didn't know a thing about her. That's all I'm saying. I mean, I read what you said. Christine, we're trying to come up with as much as possible to keep the room for as long as possible. It's $70 a day. If we can come up with $340 for the week, that's our biggest goal, just trying to hit that. I'm not arguing with you because I read verbatim what you said.
You just read what you said.
And I'm just not even like reading the part. I read the whole thing that you just said, and then you sent something later on saying most of them. But you passed judgment right off the jump, saying that you don't deal with lazy people, and you bet she doesn't work. So it's like right there. I'm not arguing with you though. It is judgment. You passed judgment on the one person. You lumped them in with a group of people and passed your judgment. Baked groundhog. I have CA and PayPal. Amy, you don't know if I'm working or not. Hey, Jesse. I had to get it out of that thing. I'm bouncing up and down because it's moved. Okay, Knowles, it's done with. It's over. I read word for word what you sent. Yeah, you sent other stuff, but at first you sent one thing that passed the judgment. So, and then you try to justify what you said. And that's the last I'm going to speak on it because I'm not here to argue with anybody. So, from my end, that's exactly how it looked from reading it from my end. Baked, I'm from Northwest Tennessee. Little town called Dyersburg. And Amy, I did read that wrong. I read your comment wrong. I apologize. After looking back up there and reading it. Jesse put him on a timeout for 5 minutes. I didn't know you can mute people for just amount of time. Amy, that is what we're trying to get. It just, with everything going on, I just don't have it this week to cover the room. We're trying to do the whole week if we can get help with that. If we can't, it's whatever we can get is going to go towards the room. I have some wonderful mods in here. They really watch out for us. They pay attention to a lot of stuff. Yeah, I know it's crazy, Misty, but I know it's a horrible time to be asking for help for any amount, but well, stick around, Baked. You never know. We all became friends just by talking and everything. But the whole week is kind of what we're aiming for. But anything would be I appreciate it. Anything that gets sent is going towards towards the room. So appreciate that, bait. Take all the likes you'll give. There we go. Tapping the screen don't cost any green. Thank you, Jesse. It is rough. I agree with you, Missy. It is. It is. I've never seen it this rough on so many people. The whole week would be $340. Hey, Louie. Cannot call the hotel and pay direct. Unfortunately, it's just a little mom and pop place. And it would have to be sent to me. Then if somebody helped me though, I don't have any problem showing that that's where the money went. Like I wish they would take over the phone payments. Like I said, it's just a little mom and pop place. So, I think they own one more hotel up the road, a couple cities over. Like I said, the owner lives here, so they still do the your receipts with. They actually write them out. So they said they would catch it with the Times when they finally sold the place. Thank you, Jesse. I will do that if someone helps and they're like, "Hey, I'll help you, but I need to see proof that it's getting paid." I have no issue showing you the proof. Louis, we've been it's been Wingo. I'm gonna be pretty much on, I guess, all day. I don't know. Boy, Mom, if you'll DM me, I can answer your question. This one won't let you call. Okay, Jesse. We have been at some that would let you call and make a payment over the phone, but this one won't. I've done checked. I've had that offer before, and it's just Greta, I did, and there's not a whole lot in my area. It just didn't look like there was next to nothing in this area. But I did run into somebody else who uses it, and they said that There's usually a lot more stuff on there. And he said it slows down about this time of year. He just wants your money. He can make it happen. I'm not even sure what that means. We have both looked into work from home jobs because if I'm out working and I'm at home, I can jump on something and pull a few hours sitting here when she's watching TV. A lot of times we don't watch the same stuff anyway, and I'm watching stuff on my phone, so it wouldn't be no different from doing a little homework. Hey, Baked, welcome back. Hey, Tesla. Thank you. Definitely appreciate that. We found a couple, but we don't have laptops. Yes, she is wearing a Jelly Roll shirt. We have a lot of Teslas that follow us now. Oh, you're good, Jesse. Yeah, I seen that where he finally got the pardon from the governor. Yes, they are, Shelby. People are really obnoxious. Yeah, they are. Mm-hmm. Back in the coffee cups. I had that perfect at one time, boy. Pan, where did you send it? Because nothing has showed up on our end yet. Brooke, we've been better. Okay, definitely will. Which CA did you send it to, Pan?
Sometimes.
I haven't got a notification yet. Which CA did you send it to? Hey, Holly and Ben. The weather today is quite nice. It's about 53 with the sun shining. I just looked at the weather. Yeah, because I'm not getting anything on here showing that it was sent. Like sometimes it asks you if you want to accept this, but There's nothing on there yet. If you would tell me which one you sent it to, I might be able to straighten it out because I don't have my CA tag out there. So. Oh, cotton candy. That sounds horrible. Okay, Carrie. Okay, Pan. Candy said she fell at a gas station, broke 2 bones in her back, cracked tailbone, and a frozen shoulder.
Oh. Okay. I learned the other day that you only have so many pauses in a live. So let me mute the mic. Okay, guys. Yeah, I put it on mute for a moment. I learned the other day that you only have so many pauses. Pan, if you would tell me what CA you're trying to use, I can tell you if it's the correct one. And then if it's the correct one, then we can try to maybe figure it out. But without knowing what you're trying to, where you're trying to send it, I don't know how to even walk you through anything. Hey, Tamara. Hey, Tamara. Did you want the same thing?
Whatever you fix me, I'll drink.
Let's do some caramel truffle. Over here, Papa.
It's a pretty stressful. Put that in there. Pretty stressful day. Yeah. Then on top of that, my Cowboys are losing. Should be used to that though, right? we're trying to get as much as we can to pay on the room for as long as we can. So I don't know. I get the live updates on my phone about the Cowboys. Yeah, the second cup of coffee is brewing right now. Right now we're losing. It is cheaper, by the way. It's $3.40 for a week or $70 a day. And I said right now we are just trying to get whatever we can to cover as many days as we can. We really don't want to spend Christmas in the car. I mean, it's just, it may have to, I don't know. $300 for a car battery? What kind of car do you have?
Good Lord.
I mean, that's certain ones. That is cheap for some. Tonight, Sparkles. Tonight. If we don't have anything paid on it by tomorrow at 11, we would have to pack everything up and go. I think for supper tonight we're going to have homemade tacos. Yeah, we're still going to her mom's for Christmas. We'll be there Christmas Eve and then Christmas